Well, it's a tiny veggie, but its roots in history are very deep. Corn dates back thousands of years before Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue and arrived to the New World. So, in honor of the great yellow veggie, we are stirring together a delicious Swiss corn bake. Now, this is one of my favorite veggie dishes, and also if you have a kid who doesn't really like those vegetables, maybe this will get him hooked. And I was actually graded in high school during one of my foods classes in Thermopolis, Wyoming, and in a taste test, yep, this comes out an A+ for sure. Now, if you follow Meals in a Rush, you know it's going to be so easy to put together. So let's start with the ingredients that you're going to need. Of course, we need 1 pound frozen whole kernel corn. Now, frozen is the best. However, before you prepare this dish, make sure you take the corn out of the freezer, let it thaw before stirring everything together. I set it out about 20 minutes or so. You can kind of tell by the temperature when it's ready. You also will need a 1 5-ounce can of evaporated milk, 1 cup of shredded Swiss cheese. Love that Swiss cheese. You also need 2 eggs beaten, 2 tablespoons onion finely chopped, and 1 cup whole wheat breadcrumbs. Now, I like to make the homemade type of breadcrumbs. And what I do is I take 2 or 3 pieces of bread and I set those out the night before and let them dry up. And also you can probably set it out a couple hours before you make the dish. It's easier though if you do it the night before. So whatever you prefer, and let them harden up. And you're also going to need 2 tablespoons of butter and margarine melted. And I just use good old butter and also some pepper. Okay, here's how we make this so easy. First, heat the oven to 350 degrees. You want to shred the cheese, beat the eggs, cut the onion, all those sorts of things, so let's go. In a 1.5 to 2 quart casserole dish, make sure it's a flatter type. You don't want it too tall, too thick. You want to put in the corn. Now, if the corn is still, there's kind of some chunks in there, you want to go ahead and break those up. So go ahead and pour all of that in as so. Voila, there, set the plate to the side. Then you want to add your evaporated milk, pour that in. Your Swiss cheese, now only 3/4 cup of this cheese because we're going to have to use this again a little bit later. So add, let's see, I think that looks good. That's about a 3/4 cup. I like a lot of cheese, and with Meals in a Rush, if you want to add more cheese, go for it. Don't be scared. Then you're going to add a little bit of pepper here. So go ahead and put that around, however much pepper you would like. Once that is done, let's go ahead and add the eggs that are beaten. Put that in, and eggs just they make it nice and light and fluffy. It adds that special touch. And then we're going to put in our onions. Once all that is in, go ahead and stir this together. Now I'm warning you, if you go ahead and you don't let that corn thaw, it does not stir that easily. So that's very important. Believe me, I've tried it and it didn't work. Everything started sticking together. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now what you want to do is don't pack this down as you're going. Just kind of keep it light and fluffy, stir around. What we're going to do now in our heated 350-degree oven, you're going to put this in as is for about 30 minutes. You want to make sure this is heated thoroughly. So in the magic of television, we'll pretend that we're taking it out of the oven, bringing it here, because now we have to put on the yummy breadcrumbs. For that, you're going to take your 1 cup of homemade breadcrumbs like that. And you're going to coat it with the butter or margarine, whatever you prefer. Then we're going to take the rest of the Swiss cheese, add that in there. And then you want to toss to coat these breadcrumbs here so the butter gets moved around nicely, and also you have your cheese. And when that is done, all you want to do is sprinkle this on top of the corn bake. Remember, that's already baked for about 30 minutes. Sprinkle that around as is. Now if you want to add more breadcrumbs, be my guest, go for it. Once that's on top of the corn, go ahead and stick this back in your oven for about another 20-25 minutes. And you want to make sure when it's done you'll be able to tell because it'll become nice and bubbly. And also, this dish, this Swiss corn dish, goes fantastic with my Lovin' from the Oven chicken dish. And I've made that before. It's a match made in food heaven, believe me. And you can find that other dish on my website at mealsinarush.com. Then you click on Here's What's Cooking and then Main Course Meals and dig in. And I'm going to eat. This is absolutely one of my favorite veggie dishes, as I was saying earlier. I stir this together. It's cooled just a bit. And oh, I love it. Now you go out and enjoy the Meals in a Rush way. I'm going to keep eating.